Okay, on this video, I'm going to show you how to draw the lot lines. At this point, you should have already had the subdivision boundary, center lines, and right-of-way lines. And step 4 is actually the last part of the geometry, with the exception of easements. But as far as easements, those you can actually do them now because the easements are really just an offset of the right-of-way. So it depends on the width of the easement. In this case, these are 10-foot utility easements. So there's really these are pretty easy to do because you just simply offset the easement, the right-of-way line, whatever width easement is, which is 10 feet in this case. So that's, if you needed to put those in, depending on the assignment, please go ahead and do that if you need to. If not, then let's just continue with lot line. So as far as a lot line, what we're going to do, I'm going to start with these right in here. I'm going to start with this one and this one. So as far as this lot line, it does have a bearing of southeast 90 degrees, 121.16. But as far as where to start it from, we kind of need to look at the information that we have already on our plat, on our civil drawing. So on our civil drawing, we already have all the right-of-way lines and center lines and subdivisions, just like we mentioned. So based on that information, I'm going to look at this area right in here and consider what information I need. So the information I need to use, it's this 8002. The 8002, I already have the C37 arc on my Civil 3D drawing. At this point, from this point to here is the 8002. Just like the 4581 is from the intersection of the center line and the boundary to the end point of this arc whenever this is drawn tangent to the boundary line. So from here to here is the 8002. At that point is when I would draw my line across and then check for error on these endpoints. So the 8002 is going to be from this endpoint. So I'm going to go back over here to the Civil 3D. And as far as the drawing I'm going to draw is a circle. I'm going to draw a circle from this endpoint with a radius of the 80, 8020. I think I kept saying 8002. Sorry about that. 8020. So I'm going to put 8020 to this intersection right in here. And then at that point is where I go to my create line by bearing from this intersection. And then I'm going to go, I think it says southeast, 90 degrees, a distance of 120.16, 121.16, 121.16. So I'm going to go this way, 0.16. Enter. So there is my lot line. As far as the lot line, what layers are we going to be using? For the lot line, we're going to be using C prop lots is the layer we're going to be using for our lot lines, C prop lots. And then don't forget that once I draw the lot line, I started from here, so this geometry is perfect, but I'm going to go back over here and check that geometry. And in this case, remember, and anything that you're drawing in civil with civil plats, you're always going to have this little error. So don't forget that as long as the error is less than 0.03, as long as the error is less than 0.03, 0.03, that's the goal. As long as it's less than that, then we'll be okay. So I just need to take a distance. In this case, I'm going to take a distance from this intersection to here. It's 0.0031, so it is indeed less. So once I verify that, then I'm pretty much good to go. I can go ahead and just start trimming and either trim or extend. Remember, you don't want to leave little gaps or things like this incorrect. You just always want to make sure you draw it incorrect or trim or extend as needed. The next lot line is 100 feet away along the boundary. So 100 feet away, 9845 bearing 90 degrees. So 100 feet away, circle from here, radius of 100 feet, straight line by bearing. The bearing I'm going to be using is a distance of 9845 bearing northeast, 90 degrees, 9845 northeast. So I'm going to go from here, northeast, 90 degrees, 9845. Okay. I'm going to match properties so I can match all my lots. Layers, zoom in here, check this area, make sure that it is less than 0.03. It's 0.0016, so it's even less, which is great. So I'm going to trim this guy back. And then the other one I'm going to draw for the demonstration, that's really I'm going to stop at this point, is this one. So I'm going to draw this one next. Now, it does have a distance of 122.66. From this point to this point is the 122.66. Now, this way is where I need to make sure I consider, well, let me do that first. The 122.66, I'm going to draw that first. So I'm going to draw myself a circle from here, 122.66, 122.66. Okay. So once I have the 122.66, remember that I need to go from here this way. Now the lot line says northwest. Now remember, north, generally speaking, on this plat is pointing straight up. That's your north. So if I go and I go use northwest, remember from here, it will go in a northwest direction, which is not what I want. So then I need to make sure that on the Civil 3D, I actually go the opposite of northwest, which is southeast. So I need to go the opposite of southeast, 0 degrees, 33 minutes, 12 seconds, a distance of 107.75. 107.75, 0, 33, 12 southeast. So I'm going to go back to Civil 3D. Going to create line by bearing. And you can even graphically see that if you go in the northwest quadrant, the way it's labeled, it's going to head in this direction. So that's not what I want. I want to go opposite of northwest, which is going to be southeast. So into the southeast quadrant, I'm going to go 0, 33, 12 is my bearing, a distance of 107.75 is a distance. And I'm going to erase the temporary circle that I do not need. I'm going to match properties. And then I'm going to go in there and check. Now in this case, I have a little gap. Once again, you check the distance from the endpoint. You can go perpendicular to the arc of the cul-de-sac, and it's 0.005. So once again, it is less than the 0.03. Don't forget that you always want to extend or trim. You never want to leave little gaps, and you continue on your own drawing the rest of the lot line.